One.
Hello, this is Derek Davis from English School of Self-Defense. And I'm here with BJ, and tonight we are going to be looking at the loop choke. We went over a couple of options tonight, so I'm going to share a few of those with you. So the first one we talked about was starting out in closed guard, really with a collar and sleeve grip. So we're just going to get our collar grip, but not so deep. We'll keep it a little shallow, like near the collarbone. And we'll start with our standard kind of pistol grip on the sleeve. And we can start in closed guard. From here, I'm going to shrimp out and bring my knees to the inside and to the hips. We're going to flare that nice and wide. I'm going to use this tension of that push-pull on the hip and move back and sit up to my elbow. So now I'm going to be sitting up facing my opponent. Right. The first trap is when he tries to dive forward to put me flat. So if he brings his head down and drives towards me, I'm going to bring my hand, snake it over his neck, underneath my forearm. I'm going to push away and extend. Now the finish. So that's one option. So the keys on this one are going to be as he comes forward to release, I feed it. So I'm snaking the back of my knuckles to my forearm. I want to get my wrist to my forearm on this. I'm extending both arms, putting tension on the back of his neck. At the same time, I'm using that open guard to push his hips away as I extend. Ready for the next one? We're back. Okay, so the next one we went over was looking at kind of a nice little setup from potentially a butterfly guard, right? Anytime my feet are caught in between my opponent. Of course, from this position, I don't always win that underhook battle, but sometimes I can reach across and still get that collar grip, so I have a frame across his chest. So just like a butterfly guard, I want to still keep and control the inside space. I'm going to post my hand behind my hips. I'm going to rotate out. I'm going to put my foot right on the knee. I'm going to butt scoot back. Once my butt hips, I'm pulling him down and feeding the grip. I'm going to clear that leg over the top and drive. There we go, yeah. So check this out too, because that's a common defense, right? A common defense for that loop choke, regardless of how I set it up, is for my opponent to rotate out of it, all right? So that's kind of the escape route. So one way we can kind of prevent that or take advantage of that rotation is to get our leg above the shoulder. So again, on this one, we're starting from inside. I get that collar grip so I can keep my frame. I'm going to post behind so I can keep that structure. I drive my hips back as I post on the knee. Drive the hips back, that tips him over that knee. I feed the leg and I get it right behind his head. I step over the shoulder. As he rotates to his back, we go chest down and we finish it from there. By keeping our weight on top, that prevents him from just rotating out of the loop choke. So, yeah, there's a couple of options we looked at tonight. And yeah, thanks BJ. That's all we got for tonight.